Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Control. In the last episode we found out that, yes, of course, we are one of the prime candidates. We've also made our way to what looks like a tie-in with the New York City subway and a train track to Ordinary. Kind of hard to say for certain. But before we go in there, we have a security door to investigate over here. So let's just have a little nose through. Hey, this shouldn't be hurting. We've already done our mold duty. Levitation ammo efficiency, that is prime mod. We've got another box at the back. Launch efficiency. Not seeing anything else hidden around up here. But it pays to check these areas out thoroughly. Blech. I would have thought that gas would be flammable in there. Alright, so. Hello, I see you hiding over here. Ooh, hidden location. Another ability point and some more notes to read. Not to mention extra stuff. Typewritten page supplement. Oh, that's going to be another Alan Wake thing. Let's have a read. The page was discovered in an instance of the Ocean View Motel and Casino that was linked to the investigation sector. The page had been published into the motel's corridor from under the door with the symbol of a spiral. Redacted. Text transcribed from the item. For 10 years I've tried to write my escape, only sinking deeper. I used to know where fiction ends and reality begins. Here, they're all the same. It's a hideous trap. My every thought made real. Fear, desire. How can I ever know for sure I've escaped and not just lost in my own fantasy of it? That thought alone can drive you mad. The identifiable words in the scratched out portion. Fools, rifles, haunting, wake, Alan Wake. Light switch, ocean, too late, and the final sentence. You've been warned. Definite tie in there. That's very cool. Right, I want to check out to see if we can upgrade any of our stuff before we move on. So I want to see if I can land on here. Sort of. That's not how physics works, but you know, I'm going to give the game the benefit of the doubt. So in terms of abilities, I'm not going to be able to do anything there, but we might be able to do some weapon form stuff. So do we upgrade? I think let's upgrade Shatter so it's about on the same level as everything else. Oh, we can upgrade it again as well. Okay, Shatter has just become super awesome. So in Shatter, lots of projectiles? Lots and lots of projectiles? Sounds kind of cool. Oh my word. That's just like an obscene number of projectiles. Look at that. Turn it into a triple barrel shotgun. We might have to use this for a while along with charge just to give it a proper trying out. In terms of the abilities, there's nothing that we've got that will be just 1 point, so no pointers going into that, but I will very quickly just clear out the junk mods that we've picked up. That'll do. I'm fine keeping the rest of things. We could actually get rid of our countermeasures and cycle them for different ones. Seeing as we're not going to be going to executive, let's abandon those. And sure, we'll take mold hosts. We're not going to executive. We'll take demolition experts. Ooh, this gives a jukebox token. Kill enemies using shield barrage. I mean, it's not easy, but we could certainly try. Let's go for the Hiss Warped, actually. I'm assuming we're going to need to turn the turntable so that we can... Yeah. One charge shot was enough to hit all of them. There is a migraine down below.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks.
So let's...
Maybe there's a control panel nearby.
So that's the Sterling Altered World event. That's the ordinary dump site. Oh, maybe up there, actually. Although we've been up in that control room before. Let's get up on top of this properly. There might be something down below. Bridge operator, well, that's definitely where it's going to be. Wonder if we can just get in from the outside. Nope, doesn't look like it. Fine, I guess we're doing it down here then.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel nearby.
Thanks, Jesse. Good to make sure you're trying to keep me on track, but ultimately unhelpful. Yeah, plenty of options. Let's grab the teeth chat and push the button. Okay, work chat, teeth. So this is going to be the counterpart to the dog one. Guess who just had to inspect an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy-tiny little boxes? Me, that's who. And do you know what was inside each one? A single human tooth. Fucking gross. Ugh.
It won't rotate. Something's blocking it.
I mean, that was easy. And I see you down there. I'm curious if there's anything else down below that we want to pay attention to. I don't think there is. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I don't understand why we needed to rotate the turntable in order to be able to continue onwards. That just makes little to no sense. Charge velocity boost, that's going to be just dangerous. We're not going that way yet. Let's have a look at what's down here. Oh, maybe this is the way we go. I'm wondering if charge is such a good idea in this enclosed area. Let's put it on shatter. Where are you? Killed it with shatter. Oh, sorry, not with shatter, with shield barrage. Right. So I was looking for stuff down here. Didn't need to be attacked and blocked in. No, none of that. I just wanted to know if there was any juicy, juicy loot. Unfortunately, it looks like the answer is no. Oh, hello. Well, one little piece. I want to take that emergency light with us. No? Guess not. Maybe we need to charge everything before it can all move on. That seems like a reasonable thing. Okay, well, if we are doing the charging, let's first of all go everywhere else. That is 1 bit powered. Two bits powered. Three bits powered. Wait, are we flying there? Oh, I am uncertain that this is a good idea. No, this has just been shipped in. It might not actually be heading to ordinary. It might just be like a museum of AWE bits. Cool. Well, there's the Hiss Warped killed. Almost wrecked the office. I say almost because there's still a couple of things intact. We just found a file about that aeroplane. So let's finish looting the area and then we'll check it out. Airplane evaluation order. So this is an aeroplane wreckage. The aeroplane in question has been brought in from a private airfield located in the town of Redacted, Cincinnati. It's suspected to be connected to the Redacted Altered World event. See case file Redacted for details, and is being evaluated for altered status. The plane is currently being stored in the transit corridor in the containment sector, brought there through the New York subway tunnel. Special access Redacted. For more information on Tunnel Redacted and its links to urban legends centered on ghost stations, abandoned tracks, and Redacted, see file 4-12-4521. The plane's black box is currently being evaluated for Redacted, and initial readings have been taken by a research team, though no altered status has yet been detected. Refer to file 9-12-8371 for a full report. I'm assuming this is some kind of teleconference room, like a war room or something like that. Ordinary AWE. AWE study on hold. Area is off limits. Pending future use. Yeah, I saw that. I know it was a hiss because he vanished. Not just because we completely, like, destroyed the whole area. Right, let's read that. Ordinary Altered World Event, Stage 1A. Witness testimonies. The first slide was a room with dirty wallpaper and dolls on a shelf. There was lots of dolls. Dylan Faden interview. The house was empty. No one lived there. We played in there a lot. It was our secret playhouse. Jesse Faden therapy session. I went to school with Neil. Some kids called him Nosebleed Neil. No, likely Neil Hosenberg missing. It was mean. He had asthma. Tom, no, likely Tom Barlow missing, and his gang. Freddie, likely Frederick Bartwell missing. Hugo, no one by this name was found in public records, bullied him. We brought Neil to the dump to play. Extrapolated information. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide designation house. So what is this slide projector all about?
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating 29 years, shining a light in the shadows. Thanks for staying with us. Here's our first caller.
Hi. What I'm about to tell you, if they found out, I don't know what would happen.
If you found out, brother.
The men in the suits, they told me it was an industrial accident. But this is something else. Something nobody talks about. Ordinary.
This certainly doesn't sound very ordinary, caller.
No, not ordinary. Ordinary. It's a town. And it wasn't an industrial accident. I mean, that's what they said. That's bullshit.
Whoa, please watch the language, caller. It may be 2 a.m., but we're still a family show.
I'm sorry. It's just, my brother lived there. They said the town was destroyed, but it wasn't. I went there. The people are gone, but the town's there. It's still there.
So the population of an entire town disappears, yet the town remains. Tell me, was the phrase, "there is no salvation," written anywhere?
I'm not sure.
The same thing happened in Brazil in 23, a village called Fort Verde. More than 600 people just up and left. The government said they were fleeing guerrilla forces, but we know the truth.
We know the
A
truth.
mass abduction, as predicted by my regular guest, Dr. Quincy Reagan.
Abduction? You mean aliens? That's bullshit! I know they're lying!
Now, I warned you about the language, caller. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. Good timing, too. It's time for a short break. America Overnight will be right back.
I love the effort they put into the supporting, like, transcripts, audio, literature, and all of that. An Altered World event occurred in the town of Ordinary, caused by an object of power, slide projector ID OOP-15, discovered by local children at the dump outside of town. When a specific set of slides are used in the projected images open doorways to other dimensions. Multiple slides were used by the children, resulting in the disappearance of the town's adult population. On August 30th, 2002, siblings Dylan Faden, 10 years old, CP6, and Jesse Faden, 11 years old, CP7, were playing at the local dump when they found a discarded slide projector. See OOP 15 case file and Darling presentations redacted for details. The team led by Director Trench and Dr. Darling arrived at the site on September 14th. The Altered World event had ended, but the team found Faden children, who led them to the slide projector and the slides, which had been burned with the exception of one. Jesse escaped when the agents attempted to detain the pair. In total, 17 surviving individuals were found in the town. All of them were brought in for questioning and tests. See interviews redacted and prime candidate program files redacted. We'll watch this in just a moment. Okay. First up, we'll do the reading. Ordinary AWE Stage 4A. Jesse and me followed the dung monkeys to the cave. There was a lot of them. More of the kids from town had joined up. It was really scary. Jesse grabbed the projector and we ran as fast as we could. They chased us. I fell and hurt my knee. Jesse tried to help me, but the dung monkeys were coming. They were just about to get us, but then Neil showed up. Neil looked like a dog, like a melted dog, but I knew it was him. Neil said a lot of times he didn't like being a boy because Tom just beat him up. I think he liked being a dog. The projector wouldn't turn off, so we changed the slide to the hand. I heard her immediately. She promised to help. Jesse said we should call her Polaris because it's because she was doing stars at school. Extrapolated information. Additional slide designated hand, SID 36, is verified and in bureau possession. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity. Designation Dog Neil. EID 19930. Alright, let's watch the Darling presentation.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world, in the form of altered world events. These forces gravitate toward archetypal objects, a gun, a television, a supposedly haunted house. So clearly humanity affects this process. Our collective unconscious is a map of sorts. We hold the key, but we don't know how to use it. We create these archetypes through everyday life, popular culture, urban legends, but we are observing and influencing a complicated system in action. We can change the likelihood of something being a receptacle for these forces just by thinking about it. But we haven't found a method to control the outcome. And yet, there's something unique in us, in our dreams, in the conceptual reality with power with our minds. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? A byproduct, a reflection, a projection? We'll struggle to find the answers to these hard questions, or die trying.
There will be a lot of people that die trying. Well, I'd like to think we cleared the area a bit. We've got a case file here that's been blown onto the floor. Ordinary AWE Stage 2. And I think we've got another thing to listen to.
Annual evaluation of Dylan Faden, formerly P6, performed by Dr. Carla Vaughn. The questions asked here correspond to the 5th iteration of the gunner's psychological assessment. Are you ready, Dylan? Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
Where's Casper?
Dr. Darling is out of the building today.
He's never out. He didn't work from me. He never visits, not since Roberts. So tell Darling it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it yet, but I can now. I learned. Will you tell him?
In a single word, describe the world around you.
A prison. A cold, empty prison. Not even a poster on the wall.
What is the next number in the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
18.
What day is it today?
How the hell would I know? It's not like you give me a calendar.
You find a rabbit in the woods. It is breathing, but not moving. You cannot see any blood. What do?
Leave it.
Expand on that.
It doesn't matter. The rabbit's not real. None of it's real.
What day is it today?
Do you enjoy asking people questions that can't be answered? Is this what gets you up in the morning? What you dreamed of doing as a scared, stupid little girl?
Can you describe a dog to me?
In Ordinary, we had a prick. Nosebleed Neil. And when it all went crazy, you know what I mean. Nosebleed Neil turned into a dog. Or something like a dog.
What day is it tomorrow?
Fuck off! I don't know! There is no calendar! How can I fucking know?
Dylan, calm down.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck Casper! Hey! Are you watching this, you old fuck? Did you send your bitch because you're too scared of me? Where is Casper?
Security, get a team in here. I need...
That did not go according to plan. Right, let's cleanse this control point. If nothing else, just to quieten those noises. I mean, he's only quietened them a little bit. And then we do have the Ordinary AWE Stage 2. More witness testimonies. After what happened at school to Mrs. Chester, we started spying on Tom and saw where they took the projector. Tom and his troglodytes were using the Sled Hill Cave as their headquarters. That's where the projector was. They'd been using the temple slide, we called it that, but it was really a broken concrete thing, like a warehouse or bomb shelter or something very dark. The Not Mother lived there with her babies, children, I don't know. She was feeding Tom and the others her milk. They were changing into little monsters. We called them dung monkeys. Jesse Faden therapy session. Ugh. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide, designation temple. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity, designation not mother. Yeah, that's just bad and wrong. Bad and wrong. So we're almost at the Ordinary AWE. I think it's going to be behind that big switch, but we've got another couple of things to read. Stage 4B and Stage 1B. So Stage 1B. The second slide called the Meadow, but it was really just an empty lot with a bunch of weeds. There was a shack and phone line. It smelled like flowers there. It was powerful, intoxicating. We had crazy dreams there. It must have been because of the smell. I didn't like it, didn't like losing control. In the dreams, everything was melting, and then when we'd come out, everything had melted around the projector. Neil was really into it. We found out he'd been coming there more and more on his own. Then Tom beat the secret out of Neil and found the projector. He and his goons took it. We thought Neil had got lost inside the meadow when Tom changed the slide, but that's not what happened. Okay, so changing the slide doesn't mean that people get lost. We went in and met Polaris, like a star. She told us we were special, and she made us special. Felt like being born or reborn, the world fading in for the first time. Familiar but somehow different. Polaris told us how to turn off the projector. The dung monkeys and the Not Mother were coming straight at us. Dylan was crying. I turned it off and they were gone. It was over. I took all the slides and burned them. All of them except Hand. Unconfirmed existent paranatural entity designation Polaris. Well, we know Polaris is real, or at least inside us. Sealed area, do not access.
Let's see what they have on Ordinary. It's all here. Our home, our school, the woods, the dump.
Wow. So we have to search for the slide projector. that area over there. Alright, yeah, I'm assuming it's just all opened up, so it could be viewed from different sides and angles. Stage 4, stage 3. It's a pretty good model, actually. All moving closer towards that epicenter. Ordinary AWE stage 3. We'll read that in just a moment. Tom and the others had gotten worse, scarier. The math teacher, Mrs. Chester, tried to make them listen, and they pushed over a piano on her, broke her legs. Then Tom bashed her head in. Bye-bye, Mrs. Chester. I always liked her. I liked math. That was the tipping point. It was Lord of the Flies level bad. The grown-ups realised something was wrong. The police came and literally dragged Tom and Hugo and the others away. Tom was screaming that the not mother would make them all go away. They enacted a curfew for every kid in Ordinary. Mum and Dad were pissed, asking us about the dump, about everything. I remember wanting them gone, like Tom had said. When we woke up the next morning, pretty much all the adults had just vanished. Was I responsible? Did I? I don't know. Disappearance of majority of Ordinary's population confirmed to result from slide projector related AWE. I'm guessing this is where the dump ended up being. Uh-oh, right. Let me have you. Thank you.
Recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
I mean, that would be highly amusing if they've done that just to try and keep things working the same.
They say when you visit your childhood home, everything feels small. Like a miniature. Real. They got that right.
Alright, we've got another listening piece.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very well. The poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing. Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No!
No, Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it. You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris. She's come back. After a long time, she's calling me. In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown?
Not an industrial accident.
That you believe Polaris caused?
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it. She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse...
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there. agents from... I don't know exactly. They took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking. Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
Well, we are here at a very specific time. Yeah, the dump site's over to the side. Right, got another ordinary supplement, so we'll have a read of that. Details are largely based on interviews conducted with Dylan Faden. See interviews redacted and redacted for relevant information. And the obtained therapy sessions of Jesse Faden, as well as circumstantial evidence found at the ordinary site. Note that accounts provided by all three sources contain conflicting data. Example, Dylan Faden claims there were 8 slides for the projector. Jesse Faden mentioned 9 slides. The Bureau found 1 intact slide, and the burnt remains of 6 others. Unfortunately, these slides are too badly damaged to be used in the projector. Jesse Faden is believed to be the individual responsible for burning the slides. Note, Dr. Darling has ordered that the entirety of the ordinary town dump be brought to the Bureau for examination and analysis, with the hopes of finding additional slides or other altered materials. Due to the limited space in the investigation sector, this altered world event will be investigated in the containment sector. So that explains why it's got a whole area set up here. And it looks like they were preparing to properly secure things.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
Dump cessation of work order. By order of Dr. Darling, all work in the ordinary dump is to stop effective immediately. Resources will be allocated to the redacted department. Details will be forthcoming. The area will be sealed at the end of the month. Please remove all personal effects before that time. Any photographic slides, the type used in slide projectors found in the area, should be delivered to Dr. Darling immediately. Oh, darling. How bad has this gone? Oh, there's the mobile lab. This is very similar to Dylan's containment room. We've got the Globe supplement. Well, we've seen the Globe, and then we've read a bit about it. The item was found in the penthouse suite at Redacted Toronto, belonging to David Wolf, who was being investigated for illegally dealing in altered materials. See case 13-HQ-37. Bureau agents raided his penthouse and found numerous paranatural belongings, including Redacted, and this item. Mr. Wolf was arrested. Supplementary materials. So why would a 36-year-old Bay Street investment trader, filthy rich, married to a model, disappear overnight? That's the question that's kept Toronto high society up at night this past week. Police say it's being looked into. Some nutjob radio show in the States claims he's disappeared to join the Illuminati. But it's this reporter's opinion that Mr. Wolf, bored of his job, sick of his family, left it all behind to retire in some remote beach paradise. Now he's sipping Mai Tais, while the world thinks he's dead. They're all reasonable ideas. I love passing it through them like that. Painful. I was hoping to get some more health back before we got overburdened. Overpowered. Too many attacks nearby. I should have kept my distance really and dealt with them from the edge. Luckily, the fights are relatively straightforward to manage. We just need to hurry back through to where we were. Back to the dump.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
Ow, misjudged that quite badly. Might have also misjudged that a little bit. Where's the stairs? There they are. Him out the sky. I see you. Right, I think that's everything cleared.
We should check that lab.
Definitely going to check that lab. Also want to check out up here first. Another little thing at the back. And a button to the turntable. Of course, because we looped back on ourselves, didn't we? Darling's lab better give us something really cool to go on. Doesn't look like there's anything else specific down here. Oh, we still need to sort out that poor guy and the Panopticon, the side quest. I'll do this first. Accuracy boost, never going to use it.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Ah! All right. Finish Tango. So we're heading back to dimensional research. Well, we can start heading back to, I guess, the nearest control point, which will be just through with the turntable itself. But that's a good point for us to finish this episode off. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Control. See you soon.